Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Shruti. In this video, I will show you how to locate the elements using CSS selector and Xpath. In my previous video, I explained how to locate the elements using Playwright's built-in locators or recommended locators. They are get by role, get by text, get by label, and so on. If you have not watched that video, please to watch it because when working with Playwright, we should always locate the elements using their recommended locators. If these locators are not working, then use CSS locators. When the CSS locators are not working, then go for XPath. Okay, let's get started now. When we use Playwright's recommended locators, how we write? We usually write page dot get by locator. We use this locators get by role, get by text, or get by label, or the which one we are using, all text, something like this. Inside this, we write the locators. But when we use CSS or XPath, we should say await. We should always use await word. Await space page dot locator. We should always use page dot locator. Just remember, when we use the recommended locators, we say page dot the locator name. When we are using CSS or XPath, we say page dot locator, and inside the bracket we should use the locator. We should type the locators. In CSS selector, we locate the element based on its tag, ID, class, and attribute. There are some advanced selector, we will cover it later. Suppose if you are using tag, how to write the CSS selector? Simple. Page dot locator. We have to say page dot locator, and within double quote mention the tag name if you are using tag. If we are using ID, we should say page dot locator. We have to use ash. Just remember, whenever you see ID, we have to use ash and ID name. If you're using class, we should say page dot locator, and class is represented by dot. For ID, it is ash, and class it is dot class name. Okay. Okay. Suppose if you're using attribute, how you need to write page dot locator bracket open. Here first is tag name, and inside the square bracket attribute name is equal to attribute name is equal to value of the attribute within a single quote. If you are using single quote here, write the double quote here. Suppose if you are writing double quote here, inside single quote, vice versa. Okay. For tag, just mention the tag name, input tag or select tag or whatever the tag you inspect. For ID, always we should use ash. And for class name, it is dot. And if you're using attribute, tag name, and within square bracket, attribute name is equal to the value of the attribute. Okay, I will take some application and I'll show you now. Let us take this application sourcedemo.com to practice this. Okay, let us inspect username. How to inspect? Right click and inspect. So why are we inspecting? To get the locator. So this is our element. So here it has class name, it has ID, and it has attributes also. It has many attributes. Okay, it has placeholder also. If you are using recommended locators, you have to use placeholder. It should be our first choice. Since I'm explaining CSS locators, I'll take ID. I will take ID for this, and for password I will take class name, and for login we will take attribute. Okay, let us use all these three. Okay, so first one is ID. So I'll just copy the ID name. Okay, just copy it. Let us go to VS Code. Go to locator spec. Okay, here we have already locators practice 3. We have already launched the application. Okay, so how to write the locator? For class, sorry, id, page dot await space page dot locator, and for id what we need to use, we need to use ash the id name. What is the id? Username dot fill, because we need to enter the value fill. So what value we need to fill? Here they have given some examples. Let me close this. For standard user, this is standard user, this is the usernames. I'll copy this and paste it here. Next one is class name. For class name, let us inspect password and take class name for password field. Okay, what is the class name here? The class name is form input. I think we cannot take class name because it has multiple elements. Okay, whenever we encounter multiple elements, we need to use something. I will cover that later. Okay, for now, let us take password. I'm copying password and await page dot locator. We are using class, so dot class name dot fill. Let us copy password from here. The password is this. Okay, copy, paste. Okay, I think this is also id. For both of them we took id. So now for login, we'll write, we'll use attribute. Okay, so how to write attribute? Tag name, what is the tag name? Input. And attribute, which attribute we can take? We can take any attribute. Here it has class name also and it is unique, and we can take type submit also. Okay, okay, let us do one thing. For submit, let us take class name, and for password we'll write attribute, we'll take attribute. Okay, for submit I will take class name, comma, await page dot locator dot class name. So what we need to do, we need to click on it. So dot click. Okay, okay, let me remove this line. So instead of, what is that, id, let us write customized css selector, that is using attribute. So for password, so what is the tag? Tag is input, and what is the attribute name? Let us take type, and the value is password. Let us write that. Await page dot locator, and what is the tag name? Tag name is input, and within a square bracket, what is the tag, sorry, attribute? Attribute is type is equal to, what is the password? Password is, I think, password itself. Type is password. Okay, let us go back and check. Okay, type is password. Type is password dot fill. Let us check password again. Let us copy, paste. Okay, let us save and execute this. So the test name of the test file is locators.spec hyphen hyphen edit option. We have used two options. One is hyphen hyphen edit, and I want to execute this in Chrome browser. So I've used this option, hyphen hyphen project is equal to Chromium. Let us run this. four tests. I think I've not skipped this one. Two tests passed. Okay. Let me skip this also and see only this source term application. Okay. And let me give some weight here so we can see the login. I'm copying this hard weight. Okay. Source demo, username and password entered, and it clicked on the button. Okay. So the one test is passed. Okay. So in CSS selector, so we can identify the elements using four things. One is by tag, one is using ID name and class name, and we can write customized CSS selector. To write a locator like this, we can also say customized CSS selector. Okay. Sometimes you might see class attribute as multiple class names. Suppose like this. I'll go to Amazon and inspect this search bar. See, this class name has two class name. Let me copy it and do Control F and paste this. See, this is one class name. Now space input hyphen input and it has space. See, it has space means this class attribute has two class name. In that case, we need to put dot to remove the space. What we need to do? We need to put dot and here also put dot because it is a class name. Okay, let us copy this and go to Amazon. We don't want to execute this, so skip. Go to Amazon. Let me remove the skip and okay. Await page dot locator. This is a class name. So two classes. One is now input and now progressive attribute. So since both are class, I'm adding dot. Okay, I'm removing space and adding dot. So I want to enter something. So fill book. Okay. Okay. So here it will give some error. I want you to show that. Let me execute this. Amazon.in. Okay. Okay, it failed and let us click on it. See, what is this error? It is saying strict mode violation that is result to two elements. It means it is matching with two elements. So what we need to do in this case, let us go to Amazon. Here also we can see one of two. So how do we know that which one to take? If you just press enter, see, we are in the second one, 2 of 2. Okay, press enter again. So we're in the first one. That is, here you can see this is getting highlighted. Okay, let me show you again. Press enter. This is in the second one. That is this search button. This is search bar. If I press again, this search box is getting highlighted. It means we have to take the first one. So how to take the first one? We have something in CSS, that is dot nth of 0. 0 represents first one. Let me save this. Let us execute this. So control C. Let me clear the console. Type clear. So book got entered. Okay. Okay. So what we have learned? We have learned whenever there is multiple elements matching with this locator, we have to take nth. Or we have many options to take. I'm just showing you this. We had ID and we could have used placeholder. Many options are there. If you are using CSS selector and this class name, we can go for nth of 0. Suppose we want the second element type 1, nth of 1, or third 3 4, like this. It starts from 0. Okay, so what did we learn now? We learned that class represents by ash. Whenever we use class name, we have to take dot. I'm sorry, for class we have to take dot, and for ID we have to take ash. And whenever we are writing the customized CSS selector, we have to use tag name, attribute, and its value. Now we will see XPath. To write XPath, we will use double slash at the beginning, like page dot locator and double slash. Okay. To find XPath, there are many ways to identify elements using XPath. The most important ways are attribute, by using attribute, and by text. I'll cover these two today. Okay, so how we can identify the element by using attribute is double slash, tag name, square bracket. We have to use at here, and attribute is equal to, within single quote, attribute value of the attribute. For text, we use double slash, tag name, square bracket, text function, text double close bracket open close, is equal to value of the text. Here this text value should not be any attribute value, it should be enclosed within a tag. Okay, now we will take some example and see. Let us go to Amazon and inspect this element, and we will take XPath using attribute. Okay, there are many attributes here. Let us take ID attribute. And what is the tag? Tag name is input, attribute is ID, and attribute value is 2 tab search box. Let us copy this, go to VS Code, and let us take this example only, Amazon. Let me comment this out. Okay, page dot locators. For XPath and CSS, we have to use locator, double quote, and double slash. What is the tag? Tag name is input, square bracket, and we have to use at. And what is the attribute name? ID is equal to, within single quote, what is the attribute value? This one, I'm pasting it. Okay, now I will enter some value, fill, and I'll say book. Okay, to click on that, let me copy, or let us not right click. Okay, let us just execute this and see. Double slash input, attribute name is equal to attribute value. book. It entered book. Okay. Now let us write an XPath to identify some text on this web page. Let us take mobiles. Let us click on mobiles, inspect. Okay, so we can use text function here because it is enclosed in within a tag. We cannot use text method if it is something like this. I'll take this example. See, I've inspected this login, and here this login text is not outside of the tag. See, this login is a value. In this case, we cannot use text method, XPath's text method. Okay, but we have class here, we can use some other attributes. Okay. Okay, for this, let us write an XPath using text. So how to write page dot locator double slash. What is the tag name? Tag name is A, and inside square bracket text double text method and single quote. Let us type mobile mobiles. Okay, let me say mobile or mobiles. Now let me click on it. I'll comment this line out. Let us execute. Looks like we got some update. So I clicked on mobiles. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So mainly we use two ways to identify the elements using XPath. One is by attribute. This is the syntax. Tag name, we have to use at symbol. Attribute is equal to value. To use text method, we have to say tag name text method is equal to value name. And this text method will not use for partial matching. It has to be exact value. Okay. This covers our locators part. As I mentioned earlier, please take any application or website of your choice. Try to locate the elements using recommended locators in Playwright, CSS, and Xpath. If you get stuck at any step, please do comment below. I will try to answer it. And please do practice. And if you like this video, please like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.